Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. I want us to know how to create distressed edges along the top and the bottom only on an image. So we have this image already selected here in this project. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a white background so that you can see the difference between the background and the foreground. So I added a new layer here. I will come down to the color palette over here, and with the left mouse button I'm going to drag that up to the top left, which is pure white, and I'll go ahead and grab the paint bucket and just left click in here, and it paints in the whole canvas. So let's go ahead and take that layer, that top layer, and put it beneath our original object. So I'm going to bring that down, and that makes the background white. So I can turn that on and off. You can see that's the background, and this is the foreground. That way you can see the difference when we put an edge on it. So I'm going to take that background and I'm going to go ahead and lock it. So I hit the lock key so I don't by mistake grab it. Now I went online and searched for distressed edges, and what I found was something like this. This was really nice because I like the edges that are distressed, and there was a sharp contrast between the foreground and the background. So I'm going to left click on this project and I'm going to drag it up into my new project, and I'll come back down, I'll let go, and now we have this new image, and we have our third layer is our new image. So now what I want to do is use the top and the bottom half, but you see this is a lot thinner than our original image and we don't want to cut too much off of it. So I'm going to take new image and make it smaller so that it fits the page, and this way I can grab a box over here and cut it in half. So I'll just draw a box right there to about here, and I'll hit right click and I'll hit cut. That just created two separate layers. The top layer, which is going to be this top layer, and the bottom layer, which is this bottom layer. Now I want to be able to see where this is going to go. So let me go ahead and change the opacity of the bottom layer to 50%. And then I'm going to do that to the top. I'll hit the top, come up here, change the opacity to 50%, and now I can see right through it. Now you see where we're going with that? We're going to take that distressed image and bring it up here right over to the edge, right around here like this. And this looks around good. Take the bottom one and bring that over here like around there, and that's going to cut all that out of the bottom image. And then we want to take that opacity, bring it back up to 100, because now we're going to, and I'll grab the bottom one, change that to 100. And now is the fun part, is we're going to take the magic brush, come down here. Since these are pretty sharp edges, we're going to take the tolerance, and I think 50% is pretty good. And we're going to choose just the black, which will give us an outline of the edge. So if I click right here, that gave us the marching ants that shows just the black part. So before we hit delete or anything, this is not the layer we want to delete. We want to delete the layer from our original up here, or the blue layer. So I'm going to click on the blue layer to delete, and as soon as I hit delete, you don't see anything that's happening. But what happened is it deleted the blue layer because we chose the blue layer. We could do the same thing with the top here. I'll choose that top portion. Once again with the magic tool, I'll click up here, and it shows everything in black, which gives us that jaggedy line. And see, watch what happens. If I hit delete on this layer, it deletes that layer. That's not the layer we want to delete. We want to delete the blue layer. I'm going to hit Control Z to undo, and then come down here and choose the layer that we want to delete, and then hit delete. What it did is it deleted everything in the blue, including this line. So when I turn off those two layers on the top and the bottom, and hit Control D to deselect, we're left with exactly what we wanted, which was a cutout the same as our templates that we brought in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, and if you really want to like have some faded edges here, let me turn that background back on really quick and grab the eraser tool. Now I can kind of fade the edges here a little bit and really kind of play around with this. So on the top, I'll just kind of go off and on like this. And on the bottom, I'll try something different and go directly along that cut like this. So you can do this or leave it as it is. And what happens is there you have kind of cut out but kind of faded. And that's our new distressed look. I can turn the background off or on, whichever you like. And that's all there's to it. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.